Students, in last video we have studied male reproductive system, human male reproductive system, and in this video we are going to study about human female reproductive system. Human female reproductive system. Human female reproductive system. Reproductive system. So, in case of the female reproductive system, which are the parts, how it functions, and what are the role of that particular part, and all these points we are going to study in this video. So, in case of the human female reproductive system, all the organs of the human female reproductive system, these organs are present in the abdominal cavity, inside the abdominal cavity. So in case of the male reproductive system, all the organs of the male reproductive system, these are outside the abdominal cavity. So in case of the female reproductive system, it includes pair of ovaries, pair of oviducts, single uterus and vagina. So these are the parts present, or these are the parts of the human female reproductive system. Third point is there. In case of the third point, you can say pair of Bartholin gland is also present. In case of the female reproductive system, pair of Bartholin's gland is present. Here bulbourethral gland is not present in case of the female reproductive system, but a pair of Bartholin's gland is present. Fourth point is there, every month an ovum or egg cell, every month an ovum or egg cell or oocyte, it is released from each ovary. Alternately, each month, every month, one oocyte or egg cell is released from the ovary alternately every month. Okay, in the abdominal cavity. Then that egg cell or oocyte enters. So in case of the female reproductive system, oviduct is having funnel shaped structure at the beginning. And because of that, and that funnel shaped structure is having small opening, so that through that small opening, that oocyte or egg cell enters into the oviduct. And inside the oviduct, some cilia or hair-like structures are present. And that structures, hair-like structures, these structures are helping to push or to carry that particular oocyte towards the uterus. So these are the points related to the human female reproductive system. So points will write and then we'll draw the diagram. So first point is there, in case of the human female reproductive system, first point is there, all the organs of female reproductive system, all organs of female reproductive system are inside the abdominal cavity. But in case of the male reproductive system, all the organs are outside the abdominal cavity. Second thing is that female reproductive system includes pair of ovaries, pair of oviducts, single uterus and a vagina. These parts are present in the female reproductive system. The next thing is the third point is the bulbourethral bulbourethral gland is not there. Bartholin's gland. Bartholin's gland is present in the female reproductive system. In the female reproductive system. So Bartholin gland function is there. It is lubricating, or it is producing lubricating or lubricant. So Bartholin gland is present. Fourth point is there. In case of fourth point, you can say every month an ovum or egg cell is released from each ovary alternately. So every month an egg cell or ovum is released from the ovary alternately from each ovary. So every month an egg cell or ovum is released from the ovary alternately from each ovary. Okay. Then a fifth point is there. In case of the fifth point, egg cell or oocyte, or before that one will take opening of oviduct has funnel shaped structure. Which has a small opening. Sixth point is there. Released oocyte or egg cell enters into oviduct through this small opening. Into the small opening. Next one is the 7th point. Oviduct has cilia or hair-like structures. Which helps oocyte to push towards the uterus. So these are the points related to the female reproductive system. So in case of the female reproductive system, diagram is like this. Diagram is like this way. Diagram is there. So this is the diagram of female reproductive system. And in that, which parts are there, that one will see. Oviduct is there, ovaries are there, two ovaries are there, two oviducts are there, uterus is there, and that particular vagina is there. So these are the parts of the female reproductive system. These are the parts of female reproductive system in this diagram. So after this next point we are going to study, and that next point is there gamete formation. Next point is there gamete formation. So what do you mean by gamete formation, that one will see. So male gamete and female gamete, male gametes and female gametes are produced in case of the male and in case of the female. So in case of male, sperms are produced, and in case of the female, eggs or oocyte is produced, ovum is produced, oocyte is produced. So how that gamete formation takes place, that one will see. Gamete formation, next point is there gamete formation. So gamete formation in case of the male and in case of the female takes place by meiosis. Gamete formation in case of the male and female takes place by meiosis. And gametes in the male. So which are the gametes in the male? In the male, gametes are the sperms. Sperms are the male gamete, and that particular sperms are produced into the testes. And sperms are produced throughout the life, from the beginning of the maturation or puberty till to the death. So these sperms are produced up to the death from the maturity. And in case of the female gamete is produced, and that one is their female gamete is their ovum or oocyte or egg cell, you can say. And the female gamete is produced by the ovaries. Female gamete is produced by ovaries present in the female. And at the time of the birth, in case of the female child or a girl child, near about 2 to 4 million immature oocytes are present in the ovary at the time of the birth of the female child. 2 to 4 millions of that particular immature oocytes are present in the ovary of the female fetus. And these oocytes or egg cells, these are released from every ovary, released from the ovary every month from the beginning of the maturity, or you can say menarche, or beginning of the menstrual cycle. So, and it is released, that particular oocytes are released till the age of menopause. Menopause means stoppage of the menstrual cycle, 45 years, till to the 45 to 50 years. And at the age of 45 to 50 years, secretion of that particular estrogen and progesterone stops, either decreases, and because of that, production of that particular, releasing of that particular, secretion of that particular oocyte or that particular egg cell or ovum, it stops. So after that, when estrogen and progesterone, this secretion of this hormone stops, then releasing of that particular oocyte or that particular ova, egg cell, it is stopping, and it is called as a menopause. So we'll see points of this one. Gamete formation, in that one general statement you can write: male gametes and the female gametes, male gametes and female gametes are produced. Male gametes and female gametes are produced from germ cells by the process of meiosis. In that, first we'll see male gametes. So first thing is that male gametes. Sperms are the male gametes. Sperms produced in the testes. Sperms or male gametes are produced by testes by meiosis. Second point is there. Sperms are released or sperms are produced from the beginning of the maturation till to the death. Sperms in male are produced from the beginning of maturity, or you can say puberty, beginning of the maturity to till the death. So that means sperms in case of the male, these are produced throughout their life from the beginning of the maturity. Next thing is the female gametes. So in case of the female gamete, which is the female gamete? Egg or ovum produced by the ovary. In case of the female gamete, so egg or ovum is the female gamete and it is produced in the ovaries, or produced by the ovaries. So first point is there, egg or ovum is female gamete and produced by the ovary. It is produced by the ovary. Egg or ovum is the female gamete and it is produced by the ovary. Next point is there, at the time of the birth. Second point is there, at the time of the birth of female child. At the time of birth of female child, approximately 2 to 4 million oocytes, 2 to 4 million immature oocytes are present in female fetus. Another thing is that, so an oocyte or egg cell. Third point is that oocyte is released. Oocyte is released from the ovary. Alternately every month from the beginning of maturity, that is menarche, starting of menstrual cycle 10 to 12 years of age is there, 10 to 12 years of the age. Next thing is there, fourth point is there, and see, in case of the, it is released, eggs or ovum is released by ovary every month up to the menopause, that is stoppage of menstrual cycle, that is age 45 to 50 years. So egg or ovum is released by the ovary. It is released by the ovary every month up to the menopause, that is stoppage of the menstrual cycle 45 to 50 years. So after that, next thing is the at the age of 45 years, secretion of female sex hormone stops or decreases, and because of that reproductive cycle or reproductive phase of that particular female reproductive system, it will end. Okay, so decreases. So eggs or oocyte does not get released. Okay, so after this, next point we have to study, and that one is there what you can say, next point is there gamete formation over fertilization is there. Next point is there fertilization. So we'll see fertilization. Next point is the fertilization. So what is meant by fertilization? The process of formation of zygote. The process of formation of zygote by the union of male gamete and female gamete. The process of formation of zygote by the union of male gamete with female gamete, and it is called as a fertilization. So again, in case of the fertilization in human beings, fertilization is the internal fertilization. That means it takes place inside the female body. Inside the body it takes place. So it is called as the internal fertilization. Next thing is the fertilization. How it occurs? So semen is ejaculated into the vagina during the copulation or during the intercourse. So semen is ejaculated into the vagina during the copulation or intercourse, and that millions of sperms are released, and that particular millions of sperms, they are starting their journey. So they will move, they are starting their journey, or they are moving by the route vagina, uterus, after that uterus, oviduct. So by this route it is reaching to the oviduct, and one of the sperm out of million sperms, one of the sperm fuses or unites with female gamete, that is egg cell, and it will form zygote. So fertilization in case of the female reproductive system, or fertilization occurs into the oviduct. Fertilization takes place into the oviduct, and from the age of menarche to the end of that particular menopause, that means to the end of the female reproductive cycle, near about 400 oocytes are released from the age of the 10 to 17 years to the age of 45 to 50 years. 10 to 17 years to the age of 45 to 15 years, that particular near about 400 oocytes are released, mature oocytes are released. So we'll see points in that. First point is the definition of fertilization. Definition: the process of formation of zygote by the union of male gamete to the union of male gamete with the female gamete, with the female gamete is called fertilization. It is called as a fertilization. So zygote formation takes place by the fusion of male gamete with female gamete. It is called as a fertilization. Second point is the fertilization in human beings is internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Third point is there. In case of the third point, so sperms or semen is ejaculated in the vagina during intercourse or copulation. Fourth point is there. Millions of sperms start their journey by the root, vagina, uterus, and to the oviduct. So millions of sperms, they are moving towards the oviduct. Okay. Then fifth point is that one of the sperm out of millions fuses with egg cell and forms zygote, called fertilization. Called as a fertilization. Sixth point is that in case of the sixth point, fertilization takes place in the oviduct. And the next point is the out of, or what you can say, from menarche to the menopause. Near about 400 mature eggs or ovum are released by ovaries out of 2 to 4 millions of immature eggs or ova. So from the beginning of the menstrual cycle to the end of the menstrual cycle, near about 400 eggs are released. 400 eggs are released. So after this, next point we are going to study, and that next point is there fertilization diagram will draw. Suppose ova or egg cell is there like this way. This one is the egg cell, and millions of sperms on that ova, around that particular ova, millions of sperms they are present, and one of the sperm will fuse and it will form fertilization. Diagram is there, and out of million only one sperm. Now these are the sperms. These are the sperms, and this one is there ovum or egg cell, or you can say oocyte also. Oocyte. Like this way will take place. Now next point we are going to study about some diseases, genetic disorders. So what type of genetic disorder occurs in case of the genetic disorder? If that particular fertilization will occur at the end of the reproductive period of the female, then that one disease we'll see. So one thing, so next thing is the genetic disorder. Genetic disorder. So genetic disorder. In that, first point is there oocytes which are produced at the end of the reproductive period of the female. So that oocytes which are produced after the age of 45 years, so they are unable to divide by meiosis. Whatever eggs are produced, these are unable to divide by meiosis. So that chromosomal number will remain as it is. It will not get reduced to half. And because of some diseases are arising, like that Turner syndrome, Down syndrome, such diseases are arising. Genetic disorders are arising. So we'll see eggs or oocyte produced at the end of the reproductive phase of female, that is after 45 years. After 45 years are or lose their ability to divide by meiosis. Lose their ability to divide by meiosis. Second point is there, if meiosis does not occur, then haploid gametes or oocyte is not produced, so disease like, so genetic disease like Down syndrome is produced in the child. Now in case of the Down syndrome, chromosomal number will be more. Down syndrome, in that chromosomal number will get more, or it will be generally 46 chromosomes are there, and here chromosomal number will become 47. That means one of the chromosomal number will go on increasing. So Down syndrome, this disease, genetic disorder will arise. So another thing we are going to study, and that one is there related to the production of the male gamete and female gamete, and possibility of that particular male child or female child. So next thing is there, that one we are going to study, and that one is sex determination, also you can say sex determination. Okay, that one we'll see. So first thing is there, first listen and then we'll write points. So in case of the fertilization, or in case of the reproduction in the human beings, sperms and eggs are produced. And these are produced from the germ cells. And that germ cells are having chromosomal number diploid is there, that is 2n is there. But germ cells, when undergoes meiosis, at that time chromosomal number get reduced to half. And that sperms and eggs are produced. And that sperms and egg cells, they are haploid in nature, and when they will unite, when the fusion will take place, then they are forming diploid zygote. So that one we are going to study here. So male gamete, sperms, and female gamete, eggs or oocyte is produced by meiosis of germ cells. Reproductive cells. Germ cells means reproductive cells. So chromosomal number in germ cell is diploid, that is 22 autosomes, and 23rd pair is there, 6 chromosomes. That is in male XY, and in female XX. That means male, in that male 22 plus XY is there, and in case of the female 22 plus XX is there. So but in case of the diploid cells, these are pairs, in pairs. That means 22 pairs, and 23rd pair is the XY, 22 pairs and 23 third pair is there XX. That means total number of chromosomes, 22. Pair means 44 chromosomes plus XY, and here 44 chromosomes plus XX. So after, next third point is that after meiosis, gametes are produced. Gametes are produced. That is male gamete. Number will be there reduced to half. 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. Two types of gametes are produced here. Male gametes are there. That means two types of male gametes are produced. Male gametes are produced. Which are the two types? 22 plus X, 22 plus Y. And in female, egg or oocyte is produced. Oocyte is produced. Oocyte is produced, and that one it will contain, that is only one type. That is 22 plus X or 22 plus X. That means only one type of female gamete. Only one type of female gamete is produced. So after this we'll see crossing over. Suppose here male and here female. Again, in case of the germ cell 44 plus XY, 44 plus XY, and in female 44 plus XX. Then gametes, in that gamete, from this which gametes are produced? From this, okay, gametes 22 plus X or 22 plus Y, and here 22 plus X or 22 plus X only. That means similar types of gametes are produced. Now here crossing over will take place. So 22 plus X, and here 22, wait 1 minute, 22 plus 22, 44, and here 22 plus 22, 44 plus XY. This one is their girl child, and this one is their boy child. So from this you can guess how that particular sex is determined, how it is determined. And one more time, see, male gametes, sperms, and female gametes, oocyte, these are produced by meiosis of the germ cell. Chromosome number in the germ cell is there diploid, that is 22 autosomes and 6 chromosomes, that is in male XY and in female XX. So in male, pair of chromosomes is there 22 plus XY, that means total number of 44 plus XY, 22 plus XX. This one is in pair. This one is in pair, and total number of chromosomes will be there 44 plus XX. After meiosis, gametes are produced, and male gamete 22 plus X and 22 plus Y. Two types of male gametes are produced, and in female, egg cell or oocyte is produced 22 plus X, 22 plus X. One type of gamete, female gamete is produced, and this one is their possibility, what type of the sex of that particular baby will be there. So totally sex of that particular child depends upon male chromosomes or chromosome, that is X and Y. So if Y chromosome is fusing, then male child will be there, and if X chromosome is fusing, then female child is there. So next point we'll study in next video.